Welcome to Fast Cash with Bill Jennings. With more than 2 decades of experience helping individuals and small businesses gain access to the capital necessary for growth, Bill is now offering up tips, tricks, tools, and expertise from financial service pros to help you get where you're going faster. Buckle up, it's time for Fast Cash.
Welcome back to the show. I am Bill Jennings with Pathway Financial, and today I have Ryan Sittig with me, who is one of our funding consultants here. Hey, Ryan, how are you?
Doing good. How about yourself?
Doing good. Glad to see you. So first of all, let's kind of start back with how long have you been with the company and kind of where we met?
Yeah, I've actually been here for a little bit over 4 years now. We actually met through Brittany, now my wife. You guys knew each other growing up, and she knew I was trying to get into finance, so she asked me to get in touch with you. You're nice enough to give me an interview, and almost 4.5 years later, we're where we are right now.
Here we are. And one of the things that you obviously do here is you help people obtain credit, people who are starting businesses or already have a business, real estate investors, stuff like that, correct?
Absolutely.
Okay. And tell me a little bit about how many times do you think, or how often people come to us and they're unable to get approved for financing right off the bat? Is that common?
Absolutely. Most of the time people come to us and day one, unfortunately, we can't go immediately into funding. They need to do some type of work, whether it's trying to get their credit repaired to remove some negative items from the past, trying to get inquiries taken off their profile, pay down their credit card debts. A lot of people we work with, they are small business owners and they actually self-finance a lot of times. So if they've had any history in the past where they had some negative marks on their credit or they're using personal credit to get started, they may have some situations where they don't qualify today.
Okay, so they don't qualify because maybe their credit is good. They pay all their bills on time. There's no late payments or anything like that, but their ratios might be out of balance on their credit cards. They have too high of credit card balances, so in result lowers their credit score. Or you mentioned inquiries also, so tell me a little bit about how that kind of plays into things.
Yeah, so with our lenders, they are inquiry sensitive. An inquiry pretty much is a credit check. Every time that someone takes a look at your credit, it's going to put an inquiry on there. Lenders don't like feeling like they're not special. They want to be the only person who's looking to get some funding. They don't want to be shopped around. They don't want to be getting a lot of people stuff together. When someone has too many inquiries, it is a little bit higher of a risk to a lender. So we do have a program where we can actually remove some of those old inquiries and get those taken off so lenders don't see them, and it increases our chances to get them the funding they're looking for.
Okay, so you mentioned being able to remove the inquiries. So are the other issues that people come to you with, having too high credit card balances or having some sort of blemish on their credit report, whether it's a collection or even a bankruptcy, foreclosure, late payments, anything you could think of, are these all things that can be remedied to be put into funding?
Absolutely, and that's what most of the clients that come to us that we need to do. We need to do some type of removing those the negative items on their credit report, helping to get the credit cards paid down, removing the inquiries, and those are all things we can do to take someone who doesn't qualify today and in the very near future get them into our funding programs.
Great. So do you think that this is something that banks also offer?
Not at all. Banks, they take one look at the credit. If you don't qualify, they don't give you advice on how to get qualified. They say no and they show you the door. With us, our goal is to make sure we can take someone who doesn't qualify today and get them funding one way or another by going through those different steps.
Okay, and I think this is one thing that I love about you and what you do with clients here is we kind of stress it to everybody, at our company that we don't want to just turn anybody down. We want to find a way to make them work. But you're great at follow-up. That's one thing that I think you're probably the best at is following up with people and making sure that you do walk them through from that very beginning process to the very end to where you can get them funded. Do you have any examples of somebody recently that you helped that you were kind of able to bring them through that entire situation?
Yeah, and one of the things that we always want to do, we want to get creative in how we work with people. Had one client, she was looking for funding and she just did not qualify. She had very high credit card balances. She was actually in the process herself of getting her inquiries removed and going through credit repair, but it still just wasn't quite enough. So rather than turning her away, we dug a little bit deeper and actually started working with her husband first. We were able to get her husband about $65,000 through one of our programs. And she had to pay down, it was about $17,000 worth of credit card debt she had to pay down. It's not a couple $100 here or there that some clients have. It was a good chunk of change that she didn't have laying around. So we're actually able to use the funding from the husband to be able to help to get her credit cards paid down. By that time, she had finished up with her credit repair and her inquiries were removed. So she qualified, she got ratios in check, her score skyrocketed, and then we were able to put through her our main program and got her an additional, I think it was about $85,000 on top of that in the very first round to be able to get them what they were looking for. She qualified to go through additional funding, but we had met their goals, so we didn't do it. But that's someone who did not qualify, got creative, had to use someone else to take those first steps to end up getting her exactly what they needed.
That's fantastic. So how long from beginning to end does this take? Is it something that people have to wait years to be able to get themselves into a position to be funded or what?
No, not at all. It's a very, very quick process. If we're looking at doing some balance updates, it takes us maybe about a week or so to force those through with the bureaus. To remove inquiries takes maybe 3-4 weeks tops. Credit repair, that is a little bit more subjective, but depending on what they have involved. Credit repair, it takes about 30 days to go through a round of disputes. So it really just depends on how quickly those are able to come off. But no, it's not a multi-year process. It's something that we can turn around very quickly for clients.
Fantastic. And is there anything that can't be removed off of a credit report that you've seen?
That I've seen, no. There's some things that are harder than others, but I've been able to get people late payments, collections, bankruptcies, tax liens, foreclosures, child support. I've seen all those come off a profile. So really good to be able to have a team to work with to get those negatives removed and get clients qualified.
So pretty much for anybody out there that thinks that their credit profile is shot and they're not going to be able to get funded anywhere, their bank told them no, they laughed at them. Every other company they've gone to has said no. You're pretty much here to tell them that there's still a possibility and not to give up hope at this point.
Absolutely. A lot of people tell me that they've been told no before. That's why they're hesitant to even reach out. But I hear so many of those stories that after the fact, they're glad they made that one last phone call to us to be able to get them what they needed.
Perfect. I appreciate you coming by today and having a quick chat with me. If you found this information useful or you're looking to get your credit into a better position, definitely feel free to reach out. You can visit us at our website, www.pathwayfinancial.org. Until next time, I am Bill Jennings with Pathway Financial. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you for listening to Fast Cash with Bill Jennings. If you love our fast-paced format, please subscribe and give us a 5-star review on iTunes. Remember, you don't have to be a publicly traded corporation to gain access to the capital you need to take your business to the next level. To learn more about how I can help fund your dreams, hit us up at pathwayfinancial.org. And as always, we ask you to share this podcast with your friends, neighbors, colleagues, and anyone else who can benefit from Fast Cash.